Welcome to the highlights of the 34th World Powerlifting Champions from Vili in Denmark, and getting underway in the under 110 kilogram class. It is Tollef Taksdal representing Norway in these championships. 332.5 kilograms on the bar. Just shy of 735 pounds. Oh, goes very deep. Excellent lift there. Straight away, a good lift in the third round. Coming into this round then, we've had 2 rounds so far. Leading at the moment, the gold medal is Krzysztof Wellner of Poland, 375 kilos. So these guys at the moment fighting it out for the minor places. Second place, 372.5, Yuri Fedorenko. These guys still have their third round go. So, Hannu Kaapola of Finland. He looks like he hits the depth. Driving, doesn't stop. Gets a good signal from the referee. Excellent lift for Suomi there. Hannu Kaapola very happy with that lift, so he should be. 342.5. Certainly get him inside the top 8 for the squat. So, next lifter out, Tor Herman Omland of Norway. Great tradition in powerlifting Norway. The likes of Sven Karlsson have come from the IPF. Let's see what he can manage. 350 on the bar. Very slow. Breaks the parallel. Fantastic lift by my standards. Yes, the referee's given it 3 good lights. And for Omland, 350 kilos. Tony Harris of the United States. In his second attempt, he failed this very same weight, so he's decided not to go up. 337.5 is what his total is at the moment. Really needs this kind of lift. Normally much better than this in the squat. Ooh, wow. Yeah, it's a quad injury for sure. Just how severe, I don't know. Wow, that was nasty for Harris. Bad news for him, and I think his tournament's over unless it's some kind of cramping. So, next out, Ignat Belousov of Belarusia. 360 kilos. He managed 340 kilos in his second attempt. 20 kilo increase. Looks good from here. It is. No, they've decided it isn't. 2 red lights and 1 white. So it's a failure for Belousov. I'm guessing there it just wasn't deep enough. The hips must break the parallel with the knees. The top of the hip joint must go past the knee. So it really is very deep. Kristoffer Willebrand of Sweden on the bar. 362.5 kilograms. Failed it in his second attempt. Can he get in his third? No. Again a failure, so bad luck there for Kristoffer. And that brings out Daniel Flaminio of Germany. This man very experienced in powerlifting. 345 kilos from his second attempt. He needs this lift. Not using traditional weightlifting boots. Instead choosing a kind of hiking boot. Oh, it's gone. So he's failed there for Flaminio. And so go Germany's chances of the gold medal in this event. And now we can bring out the real heavyweights. Yuri Fedorenko of Russia. With his second attempt, he did 372.5. Only a 5 kilo increase, so he's very close to his maximum here. Well, it's a narrow stance. This will be most impressive. It's deep enough. Has it gone? Yes, it's gone. Oh, what a shame. Just a little too heavy. So close. 377.5. Well, that would have put him into the lead as well. So he's still sitting in the silver medal position. Up comes Derek Pomona. He did 360 in his second lift. So this to move into the gold medal position. Oh, a wrap's gone. That's a disaster on the left knee. Really bad news. He'll never make it from here, surely. Now you see the left side dipping there. Didn't have the support in his left knee. Psychologically, it had gone. Very bad news for the big New Zealander, who was world champion in the past. And out comes Christoph Wellner. 380 kilograms on the bar. This will take the gold medal. Oh, well, I can't believe it. They've not given him a gold medal, or not given him the lift, rather. 380 kilos failed, but his 375 kilo squat wins this competition anyway. So 2.5 kilos in the lead ahead of Fedorenko. And the Russian wanted a bigger squat than that. Hasn't got it yet, though. So finishing out the top 10 was Harris of the United States. Now, that leg injury, will it keep him out for the next event, which is, of course, the bench press? Followed by that will be the deadlift. We have some real heavyweights in this 110 kilo class. Some of the best lifters in the world over the last few years, all congregated together. So the first man up for the bench, Christopher. Well, he fails 217.5 kilos in this under 110 kilo class bench press. So his best, 210 kilos. Hannu Koppola, third round lift, 217.5. Well, he was a little unsteady on the left side, but they've given it to him. As long as you keep the bar moving, steady and even. So out comes Ignat Belousov of Belarusia. 232.5 on the bar. Oh, that's exactly what I was talking about on the left-hand side. Yeah, they failed it. It's no good. You've got to move steady and even. Next up, Christoph Wellner, the big Pole. 235 kilos. The man who won the squat pauses for a second. Does he get it? Yeah. 235 kilos for Derek Pomana then. Onto the bar. No, it's not going to be for Pomana. Not his day at all. So that 235 kilos by the pole left him with 230. Tor Herman Omland, 237.5. We're getting up to some very heavy weights here, well over 520 pounds. Oh, it looks good to me. Are the referees going to give it, though? No, they haven't. They've decided it didn't move in one motion. So 230 was all he managed to end up with in his second round. Of course, we are going through the third round highlights. 237.5, so Tony Harris not affected by that leg injury. No, it's not going to be. Shakes the head and off he goes. Well, I don't see him coming out and doing anything decent in the deadlift. Look at him staggering off there. The crowd appreciating that he's in a lot of pain. And I'm guessing it must be some torn quad muscle. Daniel Flaminio of Germany, disappointed with his squat. What can he do in the bench? Pauses for a second, as you must. Kicks in with the triceps. It's going to be... No, he just couldn't finish it. Real disappointment there for Flaminio. 240 kilos, he fails twice, so 232.5 he ends up with. Yuri Fedorenko of Russia to the bar. 245 kilos. We're getting into ridiculous bench pressing weight now. Can he manage it? Fedorenko needs this bench. No, he's failed it. 240 is what he ends up with. So the leader, possibly at the moment overall after two events, goes out in 240. Tolev Taxdal, 247.5 kilos. It looks, oh, amazing power there. Triceps kick in, drove it up. Great result for the Norwegian, who did 242.5 in the second lift, 247.5, now our leading lift. So the last man out in the competition, Shigeki Minami, famous for his bench press. Look at the size of his chest, and that was ludicrously easy. He was worth a lot more than that. Unbelievable. Sadly for Minami, though, of Japan, 200 odd kilos is all he can manage in the deadlift, so that'll really hold him back. But at the moment, he's leapfrogged everybody and moved into the overall lead. But I think that deadlift will destroy him, because the likes of Fedorenko are worth 350 kilos plus. So join us for the under 110. Welcome back to the 34th Powerlifting World Championships here in Vili, Denmark, and we're on with the deadlift in the under 110 kilo class. There are 11 men's weight categories: 110, 125 and under, and 125 and over. The three we're getting to look at in this highlights. He fails that, and we're going into the third round now. So Flaminio of Germany managed 300 kilos in his second lift, but failed that 310. Out comes Tollef Taksdal of Norway. What a great squat he had. Can he match it in the deadlift? Looked a little shaky on the way up, and I think they failed him for that. It was quite smooth. Yeah, they've done him for what's known as jacking, when you're just trying to kick it up your legs a little bit. So he goes out on 300 kilograms. Tor Herman Omland of Norway, his third attempt on 315 kilos. Successful at 300 and 310. So close. No. It's funny how different lifters have different weak spots. Now here's a classic sumo style deadlift. These guys usually, if they can get it off the ground, they'll finish it off without much of a problem. Oh, struggling there. Just got it a few inches off the ground. Tends to help those with stronger legs and weaker backs. The very tall athletes as well. Christopher Willebrand of Sweden, also sumo style, 337.5. Has he given it? No, he's failed. And that leaves him in 8th place in the competition, unable to be beaten by anyone behind him. Ignat Belousov of Belarus. Some 21 athletes in this category. Just having a look at the top 10 as we go through the third lifts of the deadlift. We've already had the squat and the bench. Good lift there, excellent. 902.5 kilo total from the 3 lifts for Belousov. Well, Tony Harris, he had that bad injury to his thigh. Getting a lot of physio on that in between the rounds. Look at this. He only did 300 or 287.5 in his second lift. He's jumped 53 kilos for his final lift. Over 120. Oh, unbelievable. I'm just shocked by that. Look at him, still injured. And that's brought him up to 3rd place at the moment. And, well, who'd have thought it? Hannu Koppola. What can he manage? Fails 350. Well, they went to try for 5th position and beat Belousov for that 350 kilos, but it was just too far. Now here's Derek Pomana of New Zealand. Former world champion. 3rd place at last year's world champs. That looks good to me. Yeah, it is. Very good. Guarantees him 2nd in the deadlift and 2nd overall. So 2 silver medals go to New Zealand. But this is the man of the day, Fedorenko. Can he finish in style? 372.5 kilos on the bar. Good lift for Fedorenko to finish off on. Marvelous stuff there, jumping from 360 and 985 kilos. Just missing out on the magic 1,000 there for the 110 kilo class winner, Fedorenko. But to be honest, you rarely see that at this weight category. Eddie Cohen, one of the few greats to have accomplished that kind of a total. And in fact, the world record set by Nikolai Suslov of 1,005 kilos in Sofia, Bulgaria last year is the greatest total ever done by a man under 110 kilos. So on with what we can call the heavyweights, the super heavies still to come. These men under 125 kilograms. That's 275 pounds or under in old money. Onto the squat, and a very, very tall man. Matthias Schroeder of Germany. That doesn't help for the squat. Biomechanically up against it. 315 kilos on the bar. Well, I don't know about the depth. No, it's good lift. It was a very good lift. So apologies to Mr. Schroeder there. Always hard to tell from the television angle. 3 referees gathered round. Asbjorn Randen of Norway. 330 kilos in his second attempt. That was good. This for 340. No, oh, that could have been ugly. Always the fear in powerlifting. That's why the 5 men around him, known as the spotters, keeping a little eye on him. And I think he's seeing stars at the moment. That's half the fun of powerlifting. It's such a mental game. You really push yourself. These guys getting nowhere near this in training. This is really something 10% extra, so it's always a gamble in competition. 350 kilos, looks like a good lift. And it's a good lift for Uwe Leto. And he's a great bench presser as well, so we'll see him in the bench getting up near 260 kilos. So Tony Cordello of the United States, he did 370 in his second lift, 375 kilos on the bar. In American terms, we're looking at 825 pounds. Oh, it's a battler. It's a real battler. Can he do it? Oh, I don't know. Did he stop? Will the referees give it? Good lift, shouts the MC. Good news for Cardella. Out comes István Arvi from Hungary, 390 kilos. And this is one man expected to be there or thereabouts for the gold medal. And if anyone was built for powerlifting, it must be Arvi. Look at this guy, not giving away any spare poundage in neck, that's for sure. He's as solid a customer as you get. 390 kilos, this will be huge. Look how narrow his stance is as well. All leg, very little back. And that was a lovely lift. Yeah, a very happy Hungarian jumping off there. Just to give you an idea of the world record in 125s, 455 kilos, done by Kirk Kurwowski in Baton Rouge, the United States, back in '95. No one's gotten near that since in this weight category. It really was a freak episode. Jürgen Lundberg of Sweden. Now Jürgen, an old pal of mine from World's Strongest Man days. And this was just 3 months after the World's Strongest Man in Zambia. What's he got in him? No, I think he's gone down with that. I don't think he got that. 400 kilos. No, it's not to be. 395 kilos from his second lift is all he's allowed. And we move on to Viktor Karpik. "25 years old, from the Ukraine. Viktor Karpik. Now he's got to do this. He must make this weight. He's failed the first 2 weights of 400 kilos. If he misses this, he bombs out. And if you're not completely au fait with powerlifting, that means he doesn't get to bench or deadlift. He's on the first flight home. Oh, that's amazing. He ups the weight. After 2 failures, the pressure was on and he nailed it. Great, great lifting there. Vitaly Papazov. Now, this man's still a junior, only 23 years old. It's going to be very impressive if this young man does it. Did 400 kilos on his second attempt, making that this 415 kilos. Well, it's the depth is close.
Sorry,
no, it wasn't quite deep enough. About an inch off of parallel. Those hip bone not quite dropping below the knee. And out comes big Clive Henry, the big Brummie, the man from the Midlands in Great Britain. Look at the size of him, an absolute ox. Now into his 30s, but he's European champion still and one of the best squatters in the world. Now Clive failed his first 2 attempts. This to take the... Oh, amazing. I think he's done it. 420 kilos and puts him in gold medal position out of nowhere. Big Clive. Showing what a tough customer he is. And backs up the fact that he is European champion. Andrei Malinachev of Russia to equal Henry. And looking at body weight as well, he'll do Henry on body weight, 0.1 of a kilo lighter. So if the two men are equal, Malinachev does this, Malinachev will go ahead of Henry. Well, no lift there given to him, so that means Henry takes it. Karpik back on 402.5, and poor old Malinachev did 400 kilos, but he's beaten on body weight by Papazov, so that 420 kilo gamble didn't pay off. So the man from the United Kingdom, big Clive Henry, into the lead here in Denmark. On with the bench press, and out with Asbjorn Randen of Norway. 232.5 kilos on the bar, 230 made in his second attempt. Well, it looked good, slightly hesitant on the way up. Oh, the red flags have come up, so no lift there. They really are strict in the IPF. There's no messing around. Henry, 245 kilos. This to beat his 235 from the second round. No, triceps not working there. I like the Danish MC. Sorry, just too heavy for Clive Henry, he says. Frank and to the point. Matthias Schroeder. Well, I said he was a good bench presser. His squat let him down a little bit. 247.5 kilos. And that's a good lift, so he goes into the lead at the moment. And out comes Jörgen Ljungberg of Sweden. 250 kilos. Made 247 in his second lift, and no, I didn't think they'd give it. The right arm a little hesitant in pressing out there. Andrei Malinachev. You feel kind of sorry for him after that great squat. He battled it out, he took Henry on, but he failed at 420. How much does it cost him? 255, and it's a failure. 245 kilos is his best today. Remember, these are third round highlights, so all of these men have had 2 attempts previously. Tony Cardella of the United States, 257.5, looking good as well. Excellent lift, easy. I think there was another 5 kg there. Cardella perhaps will rue the fact that he didn't start a little heavier. Only started on 235 kilos. Viktor Karpik of the Ukraine. 260, well, he bashes it up. You'd call it good in the gym, that's for sure, but not under IPF rules, the strictest of the federations. Istvan Arvi, the man who squatted 390, now goes for 272.5 in the bench press. Looking good, excellent drive. He does the 1 second pause in his chest, and yes, he's done it again. This guy's celebrations are almost the standard of footballers now. He's gonna have to take his legs off the bench there. Ove Leto. 287.5, and it looks good. Excellent there. He gets the signal from the referee, and that means he takes at least a medal, possibly the gold medal. This man has the last say. Vitaly Papazov, 287 on his second lift, 290 here. It's a little uneasy though. They haven't get that's harsh. That is very harsh result for Papazov. And on body weight, well, Uwe Leto, I believe, is the lighter athlete, and they're going to give Leto a pop at the world record. So world record 300 kilos set by Scott Lauder back in Rapid City. No, he's not done it. That was 300 kilos. That would have been 300.5, but not this afternoon, it isn't. But bravely, Papazov now moves into the lead. 680 kilograms the total after 2 events. Of Of course, one more event still to come, and we've already had a few men that have gone out due to bomb. Of Germany, his second attempt, he did 325 kilograms. This to improve on that. Can he make it? Can he make it? Looking good. He's driving well. And he does 332.5 for Schroeder. Excellent lifting by him. Asbjørn Randen of Norway. So he already has 325 kilos in the bank from his first lift. I don't know quite what happened there. I think he ran out of time. Clive Henry. Probably the biggest Brummie in history. A beast of a man. What can he pull off? Looking good. Oh, the grip goes in the right hand. What a shame. What a shame. Tony Cardella of the United States. 345 kilos on the bar. He did 337 in his second attempt, 320 in his first, so it's a big jump in the lot. Oh! I was going to say it's a big jump and I'd be surprised, but no problem there for Cardella. Viktor Karpik of the Ukraine, 365 kilograms. We're really getting into unbelievable territory now. And that looks pretty good, is it? Good lift. And that was a big increase on his lifting last year. 30 kilos better than what he did last year at the World Champs. Of course, he was under the 110 kilo class then. So on to Vitaly Papazov. This is for a junior world record. Can he manage it? Yes, it's a good lift. Excellent there. So he gets the junior world record in deadlifting. Well, I think he gets the junior world record in overall as well, 1,057 kilos. Uwe Leto, no, struggling there. Struggling on his final lift, but still, Leto shifted some big weight in his second, 360 kilos, so that'll probably get him a medal. Andrei Malanichev, world champion of 2002. Can he get 370 kilos? He needs this lift. Sorry, 377.5, yes, he pulls it, and I tell you what, that lays the pressure. That really lays the pressure on Istvan Arvi, our final lifter. He's got to pull 387. Jürgen Lundberg over for him, 380 kilos. So this is it. This is pressure stuff now. 387.5 kilos. This will equal the overall total with Vitaly Papazov, but this man will take it by rights of body weight. He is 2 kilograms lighter in body weight. This for 1,050 total. Well, has he locked out in the hips? The referees have given it. Oh, that's huge. 387.5 kilos. Goodness me, he jumped 15 kilos from the second lift. That was a very brave move by the man from Hungary, and what a weekend he's had. 390 kilos in the squat, 272.5 in the bench, and finishes off, well, with easily the biggest deadlift of the tournament, 387.5 kilos. What a man. Someone Hungary can be very, very proud of. But it's down to the class we all love very much, the super heavies. 125 kilos plus, over 275 pounds. We're talking best part of 20 stone to get into this category. Some of these guys up at 30 stone. First man out is Benedikt Magnusson of Iceland, just 20 years old. And he's a big lump of a boy, that's for sure. .340 kilos. Looking good, yep. Does a little Michael Jordan with the tongue, and that's a good lift for Magnusson. Now, if you want more information on powerlifting, you can get a hold of the official IPF magazine. That's Powerlifting, International Powerlifting. And you can buy that through powerlifting-ipf.com. And that's run by a man called Dennis Unit, the man with the stats for Eurosport. And his magazine has got lots more in it from the world champs, so you can enjoy that. Well, that's a big lift there for the local crowd. Denmark looking for some medals. Niels Stjerkjer on 355 kilos. Jorn Høyseth of Norway, 360 kg on the bar. Now the over 125 kilo class is hotly contested here. We've got the world champion of 2002, European champions, junior champions. They're all here, all fighting it out. Well, that was a good lift, 360 kg for Høyseth. Andrew Thompson of Great Britain, 375 kilos. Now he managed 360 in his second attempt. What a giant of a man. He's having some problems with his grip. He managed it in the second lift, but was complaining of grip problems. Now he's looking around. I don't know what's going on here for Thompson. Oh, I see what the referee's shouting. They're not happy with his finger hold. He must wrap his arms around the bar. They've given him the option to lift. No, he wasted far too much energy walking back with that, and that's bad news for Andrew Thompson from Newcastle. Unlucky for him. Kenneth Talkvist from Finland. Suomi, 395 kilos. Struggling to get under the bar there. So tight in the chest. He's having a lot of issues with the grip as well. You can see there, he's not really getting his thumb around the bar at all. He's under time pressure to get this started as well. No, the referee not happy at all with his grip. What a disaster this is. And this needs a lot of mental power now. So much energy wasted. That's nearly 400 kilos on the bar. Well, it's not nearly 400 kilos at all. It is 400 kilos. 395 is what he managed. And that's what he'll have to go out on. Volodymyr Muravlyov of Ukraine. The man from Kiev. Going for 395 kilos, 390 successful in his second lift. Can he extend his lead? Well, it looked like a good lift. It is a good lift. The hips breaking parallel. Great stuff there from Muravlyov. And how about this fella, Johnny Valkvist from Sweden? Well, if he rode up to you on a Harley, you wouldn't be messing, would you? Pretty wild-looking character. Look how high he wears his belt. Body weight 160 kilos, going for the 400 kilo squat. No. Oh, he's not managed it. Shame. 880 pounds not managed today by Valkvist. Zdeněk Sedmik of the Czech Republic. Now he's done 370 in his first attempt. Good lift. 385 in his second. Also a good lift. This for 400 kilograms. Will he be the first man at the 400 kilo mark? Well, I don't know what's going on here. The super heavies are having a lot of problems with grip. They're not being given the go signal by the head referee. Now, you must wait for that. You must get the downward signal by the ref. No, it's all over. It's all gone wrong. All gone wrong. I think he's even trapped a finger under there. That's gotta hurt. And bad news for him. So out goes Sedmick, and in comes Brian Siders of the United States. This guy, only 23 years of age, and described by Ed Cohen, who in my opinion the greatest powerlifter all time. He said he was an unbelievable talent. So let's see what he's got. Whew, that is a great lift, and look at the chest on the man. 405 kilos in the squat, a good lift, and just you wait until he comes with the bench press. The greatest bench presser around at the moment. Daisuke Midote, the man from Japan. Biomechanically fantastic for squat. Not very tall, very thick, powerful legs and back. 430 kilos this for the biggest lift of the day. 415 kilos in the second lift he managed. Oh, he staggered. It was so close. Unlucky there for Midote. What a shame. Such power, but he didn't quite have the control. But Midote still takes the gold. 415 kilos, not the biggest squat of the day. That went to Clive Henry, but it's good enough for the gold in the super heavies. And how about Siders in second place on 4? And we're on with the second discipline in the 125 kilo plus category for the men, the bench press. And that was Benedict Magnusson on 215 kilos, and he needed that. He would have bombed otherwise. His first two lifts, no good. We are joining the third round of the bench press. Jorn Højset of Norway. Now Højset managed 227.5 kilos in his second attempt, so this just 2.5 kilos more. $227.5 went up pretty easily, and 230, well, it's a good lift, but I thought he could have done at least 5, if not 10 kilos more, perhaps. Being a little too conservative there. Now look at this man, Johnny Valkvist of Sweden. Great looking character. An absolute Viking personified. Look how short the movement on the bench press is. It's really just a tricep lockout, but a tricep lockout too far for this man. And his best lift ended up being 260 kilos. That's about 570 pounds. Andy Thompson of Newcastle, 270 kilos. And I tell you what, that's a new British national record. He's stolen that one off of Mr. Jamie Reeves, I believe, who had it at 262.5 kilos. So well done, Andrew Thompson. New Commonwealth record as well. The likes of Hugo Girard, Jamie Reeves will all be seething away. Volodymyr Muravlyov, 270 kilos. That's really impressive bench pressing from a man who's just over the 125 kilo limit, coming in at 126 kilos. Zdeněk Sedmick of the Czech Republic, 29 years old. A lot more solid, 141 kilos in body weight. Did 250 kilos in his first lift. This for 275. Failed it in his second lift, and I think he's failed it again. So unlucky for the Czech Republic. Well, not unlucky at all, just not good enough, I'm afraid. And that brings out Kenneth Tallqvist. Did 270, and then 280 in his second lift, now for 290. Gets the command to lift. You can hear a friend clapping in the audience, giving him that 1 second on the chest, but it's not gonna be good enough today. Triceps failing there. Well, it's the local man again, 292.5 kilograms. Now, Brian Siders already in the lead on 307.5. His lead's not going to be troubled by that in the second round. But Niels Sterkjer from Denmark, the local boy, done good. 292.5 kilos. And it puts the pressure on Daisuke Midote of Japan. 305 kilos. Oh, well, he's done it before, but not today. Gets off the bench. If you're wondering, he's about 135 kilos and not a smidgen over 5'6". So he's really quite a compact guy. And that brings out Brian Siders. This 317.5 kilos. Oh, that is unbelievable. Did you see just how fast? You almost need a slow motion replay there. That's wild bench pressing from Siders, and surely from this position he can pull himself a deadlift to take the overall title, but maybe not. Maybe not. Only 7.5 kilos ahead of Modote. Now Modote, not renowned for his deadlift. Siders, not a bad deadlifter, so this could be his pop at his first world title. Looking back to last year's results, that was back when Clive Henry was in the over 125s. He finished 6th that day. And Siders, well, he didn't even lift. Oh yes, he did, I beg your pardon. Coming in 5th position, so first place, a big chance at that. Now these guys still battling it out for top 8 positions. Dahlqvist needs to pull this weight to take him into the top 5. Yeah, that's a good lift. He's going to be close to the top 5 anyway. As I said, Modote of Japan, not the best deadlifter. He's going for 317.5 kilos. He needs it. He's got it. Sumo style, as of course you'd expect from a Japanese weightlifter. Andrew Thompson, Great Britain, 347.5 kilos on the bar. His second attempt failed at 347.5 and rejected once again. Dahlqvist of Finland, 357.5. The best from round 2. Siders did 360. Muravliov did 360 as well. So this will put him in bronze. No, not today it won't. Jorn Huiset, 357.5 as well. So again, this for the bronze medal in the deadlift. Huiset could do with these points as well. If he wants a pop at a top 5 position, he needs this deadlift. Driving well. Can he get his hips in? Not today. So it looks like he'll finish in 8th place with that lift. Volodymyr Muravliov, 367.5. This will be the biggest deadlift so far to go in the gold medal position over Siders. Looks good. It is. Great lift there. He goes into the gold medal position in deadlift, puts the pressure on Siders. Well, Siders has already won the overall title. There's no doubting that. The only man that could have at all troubled him there would have been Modote of Japan, and he's gone out on 317.5. So this 367.5 to try and equal in the deadlift. No, he goes home with the silver medal in the deadlift, but the one he wanted was that overall title. Well, look at this. Zdeněk Sedmik going for the gamble of 370 kilos. I'd completely forgotten about him. Out he comes. Can he pull it off? This for the gold medal in the... No. Well, I was getting excited. Perhaps you thought he wouldn't make it. 370 kilos, some big, big lifting. Benedict Magnusson, 380 kilos. This is going to be a junior world record. for effort, he gets top marks, but he's failed, and you can tell we'll see a lot more of him. So Brian Siders, congratulations, the gold medal and all the accolades that come with it, and still under 25 years of age for Siders. So I think we'll see another 5 or 6 years at least of domination from Siders, unless someone comes out, perhaps somebody like Carl or Brad Gillingham coming back to the sport. And let's have a look at some of the other weight classes. We saw world records throughout the weekend. And this is Andrzej Stanisiak of Poland. Squat world record, 300.5 kilos in the 52 kilo class. Good lift. Well, his deadlift let him down for the overall title in the 52s, but his bench press as well. Arms not very long, biomechanically perfect for this. Over 400 pounds. The first man in the 52 kilo class to ever break the 400 pound barrier. So well done to the Pole. Hiroyuki Isagawa of Japan won 88 kilos in the bench. New world record in the 56 kilo class. Good lift. Look how wide his arms are as well. Trying to use all of his pectoral muscles, as little tricep as possible. Congratulations to the Japanese, and they've had a great weekend of lifting. Yaroslav Olek of Poland, going for 332.5 kilos, another world record in the 67.5 kilo class. Drops in, drives up. Oh, that is fast, that's impressive, and I think the world record could go a little bit further there. Another squat world record, Wade Hooper of the USA 75 kilo class. Wade, great squatter, a little out of control, taking it out there, but gains his composure. Look at this, all back, very short with the leg movement, very strong in the lower back, and a world record. Who cares how you lift it, as long as it's a world record, right? Jan Wygiara of Poland, 252.5, world record in the bench. And that, again, pretty easy in the 82.5 kilo class. Andrei Tarasenko of Russia, one of the greats in powerlifting. Bench press world record, 260 kilos. And some great lifting there. Oleksiy Vikhnitsky of the Ukraine, the man from Kiev, 387.5 in the under 100 class. Look at this, squatting nearly 4 times his body weight. Tall man as well, about 6'2". Here he goes, gets the depth. Oh, it's amazing, amazing. Little bit shaky on the way up, but that is at the maximum. And there was another world record, the final world record of the tournament. Maxim Barkatov of Russia, 260 kilos in the under 100 kilo class in the bench. And what a weekend it was in Vili in Denmark. And that's all from me, Colin Brown.